In America today, retirement costs have risen by more than 40% in just 6 years, and more than half of people over 55 say they don't know how long their money will last. If you're also worried about your future, then I want to give you a very clear promise. As long as you prepare a few small items, most under $50 and almost all under $100, you can reduce your living costs abroad by 20–30%, whether you choose the Philippines, Malta, or Honduras. And you don't need experience, don't need the language, and don't need complicated paperwork. These items work for anyone, even if you only have 30 days to leave the US and start over. The most important thing, 99% of retirees don't know that these items are what determine whether their life in a foreign country is safe or difficult. And in the next 7 minutes, I will tell you the 8 most important things every retiree should prepare before beginning their new journey. Are you ready to discover the secrets no one has ever told you? Let's move on to the next part. Dream it. Pack it. Go. 5. Madeira, Portugal, the island of eternal spring, where European living comes at a price. Americans can't believe Madeira opens before your eyes like a slow-motion emerald film. Clouds pouring down mountain slopes, sunlight spilling gold over banana valleys, and sea breezes so gentle they only slightly shake the leaf in front of your porch. Morning in Madeira feels like waking up in an endless spring. Clear skies, calm seas, and birdsong like a reminder that today you are still lucky enough to live somewhere this beautiful. You start the day with a warm bolo do caco, a strong espresso, and a view straight out to the deep blue Atlantic. In the afternoon, you drive along the mountain roads, with lush green cliffs on one side and vast ocean sky on the other. And at night, Funchal lights up with its cobblestone streets, warm yellow lamps reflecting off tiled walls. A very European feeling, but warmer and more familiar than you expect. What surprises many people is this: Madeira brings European quality of life, but the prices are 30–40% cheaper than in the US. One person can live comfortably here with just $502,000 per month. In other words, about $375 a week is enough for you to live a true European lifestyle right in the middle of the Atlantic. A one-bedroom apartment in central Funchal is only around $750–850, while in the outskirts a lovely place costs around $550. Utilities and internet fit neatly into $100, and food is so affordable you might think you miscalculated. Fresh produce, fish, meat, fruits, bread, wine. Just $60–80 per week is enough to live well. A full lunch at a local restaurant is only $9–11, and a nice dinner for 2 with wine is just about $55. In the US, $2,000 a month might not even cover half the rent. But in Madeira, it buys an entire life. Madeira is part of Portugal, so Americans here enjoy the full advantages of the EU. The D7 visa for people with passive income is very easy. You only need to prove an income of about $850 per month and have a small amount of savings to apply for residency. After arriving on the island, you get a 2-year residence card, then 3 years, and after 5 years, you can apply for permanent residency or even apply for Portuguese citizenship to become a European citizen. One highlight that Americans especially love is the tax policy. Newcomers can register for a tax benefit program that allows U.S. retirement income to be taxed at a flat 10% for 10 years. Not tax evasion, but a fair, transparent, and extremely pleasant tax rate compared to the U.S. healthcare in Madeira is excellent. Not excellent in the advertising sense, but excellent in the "I wish I had known this sooner" sense. When you have a residence card, the public healthcare system is almost free. Doctor visits cost only a few dollars. Medications are very inexpensive, and complex treatments cost almost nothing. While waiting for your visa, private insurance is only about $25-55 USD per month. A private doctor's visit is just $50-60 USD, and an MRI scan is around $200 USD, all just a tiny fraction of the cost in the US. And because the expat community in Madeira is very large, most doctors and nurses speak good English. Madeirans are gentle and polite in true European spirit. English is widely used, especially in Funchal. The foreign community is lively. The British, Germans, and North Americans gather in Levada walking groups, gardening groups, wine drinking groups, mountain hiking groups. Join just one activity, and you'll already have a dozen new friends. Locals like to invite neighbors for a glass of Madeira wine in the evening, and they enjoy bringing bananas or avocados from their backyard to give away. A kind of soft kindness that's hard to find in places that are too urbanized. Of course, Madeira is not a flawless paradise. Winding mountain roads may make newcomers a bit dizzy. The high humidity can wear out electronics faster. And because it's an island, appliances and cars are more expensive than on the mainland. Winter sometimes brings heavy rain in the mountain areas, causing small landslides. But these are all minor issues, very easy to adapt to once you live in a place as safe, clean, gentle, and complete as Madeira. Linda, 65, from Florida, is the clearest example. She said they sold their house in the US, moved to Madeira, and bought an ocean view apartment for less than half the price in Florida. Their monthly cost for 2 people is only $2,500 USD, and if she lived alone, just $500 USD per month would be more than enough. Her husband's insulin is up to 80% cheaper than in the US, and neighbors often bring homemade wine to share. I thought I would miss America, Linda said, but then I realized Madeira is home. So if you have $2,000 USD a month, would you rather live just enough in the US or live comfortably in Madeira's eternal spring? If you want me to continue this island series, leave a like, comment the country you want me to cover next, and don't forget to subscribe. Because the journey to find affordable paradises has only just begun. Before moving on to the next island, there's one very important thing most Americans overlook. Whether you choose Madeira, Cebu, or anywhere else, you still need to prepare a few small items so your retirement life abroad is truly safe and comfortable. Retirement is when you step into a gentler new chapter, but it's also when every small detail determines your safety, comfort, and freedom. You don't need to bring half your house when moving to a new country. You only need to prepare a few small but perfectly timed lifesaver items. Those simple things are actually the key to helping you live healthier, feel more secure, and enjoy every day of your retirement fully. And here are the 8 most important items every retiree should have with them. 1. Night sensor lights. Help you move around more safely and reduce nighttime falls. 2. Spine support chair. Reduces back pain, a problem almost everyone over 55 deals with. 3. Mini water purifier. Ensures clean drinking water anywhere and saves significant costs. 4. Power bank plus mini voltage stabilizer. Extremely useful in places with unstable electricity, protecting your devices. 5. Fireproof lockbox. Keeps your passport, medication, and important documents safe. 6. Health tracking smartwatch. Helps detect early irregularities in heart rate and sleep. 7. Multifunction electric pot or air fryer. Cooks fast, tasty, and cheap, drastically reducing monthly food expenses. 8. Mini first aid kit. A few small items that help you handle everyday minor issues in time. Small, inexpensive, but extremely important. With these 8 items prepared, you're already halfway to a safe, free, and worry-free retirement life in any country. 4. Cebu, Philippines. A peaceful return where each day feels twice as long. Cebu is the kind of place where the moment you set foot down, you immediately feel like you can take a deep breath, as if life suddenly switches to a softer mode. In the morning, you walk through local markets filled with vendor calls, the smell of roasted lechon blending with the aroma of Barako coffee, creating a scent that feels both familiar and new. By noon, just a 15-minute drive brings you to a white sand beach, where the gentle waves feel like they're soothing an entire lifetime of tiredness. At night, Cebu City lights up just enough, not noisy, not rushed, just soft live music, a few roadside eateries, and the warm smiles of friendly Filipinos always asking you, "Are you okay?" As if they know you came here searching for a different rhythm of life. And what surprises many people is that most locals speak English extremely fluently, making every interaction so easy you might feel like you're living in some familiar neighborhood in the US. What makes Cebu even more special is that the cost of living is so low you can almost exhale. While 2,000 USD in the US is only enough for a small apartment and a few bills, in Cebu that amount opens up a spacious life. A one-bedroom apartment is only about 400 USD, utilities and internet around 100 USD, and fresh, delicious food just 250, 350 USD per month. Many American retirees live comfortably on 1,300 USD per month and still have plenty left for weekend seafood meals, a few beach walks, and even coral diving trips. That means only about $250, $325 a week is enough for a seaside life in Cebu. Retirement money in Cebu doesn't just stretch further. It turns into real quality of life. The Philippines also has an extremely open SRRV program. As long as you're over 50, deposit 10,000 USD and have a minimum pension of 1,000 USD, you can obtain indefinite residency and come and go freely like a local. And if you don't want to process paperwork immediately, the tourist visa, extended every 1-2 months, is also very flexible. Almost anyone can start a life in Cebu with just a plane ticket. What keeps many people staying long-term is healthcare. Cebu has major hospitals such as Chonghua and Cebu Doctors, where doctors speak clear English, are highly skilled, and consultations cost only 10-15 USD. Many expats come here for surgery because costs are only a fraction of those in the US, yet the quality is no less. And this is what helps retirees feel secure, knowing their health is always in caring hands. Cebu also has a lively expat community, from dance classes and book clubs to diving tours. Filipinos are famously welcoming, so you almost never feel lonely. You'll have new friends, new neighbors, and sometimes even a new family. But Cebu isn't perfect. The weather is hot year-round. The rainy season sometimes brings storms, and traffic jams during peak hours are nothing unusual. Occasionally there are power outages during big storms, but they usually don't last long. For many people, those are just a few small ink stains on a picture still too beautiful to overlook. Because what you receive, blue ocean, low costs, a friendly community, far outweighs those inconveniences. John and Mary's story from Chicago is the clearest example. They once struggled with their pension, but in Cebu, 1,500 USD per month gave them an ocean view apartment, fresh seafood every week, hourly housekeeping, and even cataract surgery that cost only 20% of what it would in the US. In Chicago, we live to pay bills. In Cebu, we live to enjoy, Mary said. A sentence that makes many people stop and think. So what about you? Do you want to live frugally in the US Want or wake up every morning to the sound of Cebu's waves brushing against your porch. If you love this lifestyle, leave a like, hit subscribe, and comment which country you want me to cover next, because our journey of discovery has only just begun. 3. Koh Samui, Thailand, where time slows down and life opens up. Koh Samui rises like a true tropical painting. Emerald sea, soft white sand, and coconut trees leaning as if they want to shield you from the sun even on your first day here. Every morning, you ride your scooter along the island's coastal road, passing glittering golden temples, fishing villages still carrying the breath of tradition, and endless coconut forests stretching all the way to the horizon. At Minam Market, the smell of mango sticky rice and Thai curry drifts through the air, and vendors smile at you as if they've known you forever. And when evening comes, the entire sky suddenly turns shades of orange and red, reflecting on a sea as still as a mirror, a sight that makes you wonder why you didn't move here sooner. The cost for one person to live in Samui is so light you'll be surprised. Just 900 USD per month is enough for a comfortable life. You can rent a clean, nice studio near the beach for 350-500 USD, utilities and internet around 70-100 USD, and food is extremely cheap if you enjoy Thai cuisine. Only 150-220 USD per month is enough for fresh vegetables, seafood, and street food at 1-2 USD per dish. $7 Thai massages, 50-cent coconuts, or a full seafood meal for 8-10 USD. All of it makes you feel like you're living in a budget but luxurious version of your own life. And with 1,300-1,500 USD per month, you're not living frugally. You're living abundantly. Occasional trips to Koh Phangan, a yoga session or two, or a weekend beachside dinner for yourself. Samui's economy runs smoothly but sustainably. Tourism is always stable. The international airport operates consistently, and property values rise slowly but steadily. Thailand's taxes are gentle on foreigners. They don't tax global income, and most service and healthcare costs are many times cheaper than in the US. Nature here is nearly perfect. Clear sea, clean sky, few storms because it's in the Gulf of Thailand, and coconut trees everywhere so you can always find shade. This is exactly the kind of place where seniors' health improves after just a few months. You walk more, breathe deeper, eat cleaner, and sleep better. Thai visas can be a bit finicky at first, but once you have the OA retirement visa, everything afterward becomes very easy. You just need to show financial proof, which is simplest for single applicants. Report your address every 90 days, and the rest of the time you can live peacefully by the beach without worrying about paperwork. And if you want long-term stability, you can apply for a 10-year visa or use an agent. Samui has plenty of companies that handle everything for retirees. Healthcare on the island is another big scoring point. Bangkok Hospital, Samui meets international standards. Private clinics are fully equipped. Doctors speak clear English, and a general checkup costs only about 14 USD. Dental work, eye exams, ultrasounds, blood tests, all are 3 to 5 times cheaper than in the US, yet the quality is highly reliable. Of course, Samui isn't a perfectly flawless paradise. Tropical sunlight can sometimes be harsh. The rainy season can cause some minor flooding, and because it's an island, some imported goods are more expensive than on the mainland. But those inconveniences are like a few tiny grains of sand slipping into your sandals. They can't cloud the whole long beach lying before you. Brian from Texas is living proof. Moving to Samui alone, he lives on 1,300 USD per month, rents a 400 USD studio near the beach, spends 200 USD on food, enjoys regular massages, and his health has improved noticeably. In the US, I had to work to live. In Samui, I just need to live. he laughed while sipping coconut water. I'm not getting older here, I'm getting younger. Do you choose the sea, coconuts, and the laid-back life in Koh Samui? If you want me to write about the fourth island, leave a like, comment, and remember to subscribe. Because our journey to find affordable paradises is only just beginning. 2. Gozo, Malta. Mediterranean sunshine and an unbelievably peaceful island life. Gozo is the kind of place where the moment you set foot down, you immediately feel yourself slowing down. Every morning, the Mediterranean sun spills gold over limestone fields and olive gardens, while the breeze carries a hint of sea salt through the narrow paths leading to village squares. You buy a hot, crispy pastizzi, hear the church bells marking the hour, and watch elderly Maltese sipping espresso the way they've done their whole lives. Life in Gozo isn't rushed. Farming in the morning, fishing in the afternoon, and gathering around family dinners in the evening. As the day ends, the sunset by Madeira Harbor is heartbreakingly beautiful. Orange-pink skies reflecting over the still sea as fishing boats slowly return to shore. In Gozo, even reading under bougainvillea or stargazing from the rooftop becomes part of a dream-worthy life. Even though it belongs to Malta, an EU country, the cost of living in Gozo is much lighter than in the US. One person only needs about $1,500–$1,900 USD per month to live comfortably. You can rent a cute one-bedroom apartment for $550–$900 USD per month, utilities and internet around $100 USD, and food is surprisingly affordable. Just $60–$80 USD per week for vegetables, fresh fish, cheese, and seasonal fruits. Local dishes like rabbit stew cost only $10–$12 USD, and even a fancy Italian dinner is just around $25 USD per person. With the amount of money that in the US would only cover bills, in Gozo you get an entire life that's gentle, safe, and surrounded by nature. Malta uses English as an official language, so Americans integrate quickly. Applying for residency under the self-sufficient category is fairly easy. You only need to prove an income of about $2,900 USD per month and rent a home for at least around $750 USD per month. Once you have a residence card, you can use the EU quality public healthcare system and travel freely throughout Schengen, a huge advantage that few other places offer. Healthcare in Gozo is excellent. Modern hospitals, English-speaking doctors, private consultations for $20–$30 USD, specialist visits for $50–$75 USD, and private insurance costs only $55–$130 USD per month. Many times cheaper than in the US. What makes Gozo different is its close-knit community. Neighbors know your name, cafe owners remember what you drink, and the expat community is small but connected like a family. You can easily make friends through book clubs, hiking groups, village festivals, or weekend barbecues. Maltese people are gentle, polite, and always greet you with a smile, something that makes American retirees feel a sense of belonging. Of course, Gozo also has a few drawbacks. Summers are hot, tap water has a slightly brackish taste, the narrow roads and left-side driving take time to adjust to, and big shopping trips require going to the main island. But those things are just a few grains of sand compared to the blue sea, the comfortable cost of living, and the near-absolute safety Gozo offers. David, 67 from New York, lives alone in Gozo on less than $500 USD per month. He eats healthily, joins a book club, swims every morning in Marsalforn, and says, "In New York, I only existed. In Gozo, I truly live." Do you choose to continue struggling with worries in the US? Or do you want a Mediterranean life full of sunshine and peace like Gozo? If you enjoy this island series, like, comment, and subscribe so I can continue with the next island. 1. Utila, Honduras, the secret Florida with blue ocean and a friendly community. Utila feels like a simple, peaceful, and discreet version of Florida's Caribbean, but much cheaper. In the morning, you wake up to gentle waves and pastel-painted wooden houses reflecting the first light of the day. The coastal road is only wide enough for 2 golf carts to pass each other, and locals sip Honduran coffee while smiling at you as if they've known you for years. The island is small enough to walk across in a day, yet every corner feels deeply Caribbean. Wooden boats, late afternoon reggae music, and purple-red sunsets spreading over the quiet bay. The feeling of slow living showing in every step. And it's precisely the cost of living that makes Utila a secret Florida. One person lives comfortably on just $1,300 USD per month. Renting a beachside wooden house costs $400, $600 USD, electricity $70 USD, internet $50 USD. Seafood is extremely cheap. Fresh fish, 3-4 USD kilo, baleada 1 USD, a full seafood dinner just 8-10 USD, local beer 0.75 USD. With 2,000 USD per month, you practically don't know what to spend on. Annual property tax is only about 70 USD, the perfect financial paradise Florida once was. Honduras's retirement visa is extremely easy. You only need 600 USD of monthly income to qualify for the pensionado residency. Application costs are around 2,500 USD, and you receive a 5-year residence card, along with the right to buy property and import household goods, or a car tax-free. Of course, Utila also has its drawbacks. Healthcare on the island is basic, power occasionally goes out, shopping options are limited, and the sunset sandflies can be quite annoying. But most Americans accept that in exchange for a life of blue ocean, low cost, and a warm community that few places can offer. So what do you choose? 2,000 USD per month in the US is only enough to get by, while in Utila, you have an entire Caribbean life. In the end, retirement life isn't about where you choose to live. It's about how you choose to live. Whether it's a cheap island, a peaceful town, or an entirely new country, as long as you prepare those 8 small things correctly, your retirement will become much lighter, safer, and far more fulfilling. If these insights help you see your path more clearly, hit like and subscribe so I can continue taking you to places that can change your entire life with just one courageous decision. See you in the next video.